Assalamu alaikum students. So today I am going to wind up this chapter by discussing with you the end of the story. Okay. So up till now we have discussed that how the conjurer destroyed the Quickman's things one by one. Like he smashed his watch, he destroyed his handkerchief, his spectacles, his hat, his shirt collar. So one by one he destroyed many items. So now we see further that what happens, how he take his revenge. So let us start from here. By this time the features of the quick man were taking on a puzzled expression. This thing beats me, he whispered. I don't see through it a bit. So by this time the quick man was totally confused. He was totally puzzled, that he was unable to understand that what was really happening with him. As you can see in the picture that how worried and how puzzled he looked. As the quick man all the while thought that this was just a trick of the conjurer. However, later the quick man and the entire audience realized that what the conjurer did with the quick man's thing were not the trick, but he was taking his revenge actually. That whatever the conjurer did with his things, he destroyed all the items of the quick man because he was taking his revenge. What do you think happened to the quick man's things? So there was a great hush upon the audience. Then the conjurer drew himself up to his full height and with a withering look. Withering means that somebody feel shameful. Means किसी को इस तरह से देखना है कि सामने वाला shameful feel करे. With a withering look at the quick man, he concluded, Ladies and gentlemen, you will observe that I have, with the gentleman's permission, broken his watch, burnt his collar, smashed his spectacles, and danced on his hat. If he will give me further permission to paint green strips on his overcoat or to tie his suspenders in a knot, I shall be delighted to entertain you. If not, the performance is at the end. So here the conjurer said to the audience that ladies and gentlemen, that as you observe that how, with the gentleman's permission, with this quick man's permission, how I broken his watch, how I burnt his collar, smashed his spectacles, and danced on his head. So if he further give me the permission to paint the green strips on his overcoat and to tie his suspenders, then I will be delighted to entertain you. And if he will not give the permission, then the show is over here. Our performance is over. Amid glorious burst of music from the orchestra, a curtain fell and the audience broke up. Convinced that there are some tricks that at any rate that are not up the conjurer's sleeves. So finally the music from the orchestra burst, a curtain fell and the audience broke up. Means the show finally was over. Convinced that there are some tricks, and finally the audience were also convinced that there are some tricks at any rate. Means the conjurer was not befooling the audience. There was some trick, there was some magic. Means the conjurer had nothing under his sleeves. He has really shown a wonderful type of music. Sorry, not music, but magic. Sorry. Means he showed a wonderful type of magic. There was not any trick behind that. He was not doing any fraud. He was not doing any cheating, but he is really performing his job honestly.